Hello, good morning viewers. Welcome to the Easy English classes. Today we are going to study a poem of 9th standard. Its name is Wind, which is written by Subramanya Bharati. Actually, he is from Tamil Nadu, social reformer, poet and literary person of India, and he has written a very beautiful poem. In this poem, he is giving a message. The message that there are so many obstacles we have to face in our life. The wind word, this is metaphorically used here as the obstacles which we face in our life. It is indicating the problems which we have to face in our life, how we tackle the problems. So let's start with the poem, what the poem is. The first stanza of the poem starts from here, that wind comes softly. Here he is appealing, he is requesting to the wind. How to come? He is requesting the wind to come softly, smoothly. He is requesting, that poet is requesting the wind to come. How? He is requesting the wind to come softly. Don't break the shutters. And again he is requesting, he is appealing to the wind. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Shutters is nothing but the window panes. The window which we use to close the windows, they are called shutters of the windows. So he is requesting, what he is requesting, not don't to break the shutters of the windows. विंडो के जो शटर्स होते हैं उनको ना ब्रेक करने की अपील कर रहा है विंड से पोएट यहाँ पे. Don't scatter is nothing but spread here and there. Scatter is nothing but spread here and there. He is requesting the wind not to spread the papers which he used to write. Sometimes we used to write the assignments or so many things. At that time, what happened, when wind comes, it scatters, it spread out the papers. So he is requesting here not to spread the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. And again he is appealing. One more appeal is there. Don't throw down the books from the shelf. The books which are arranged in the shelf. Shelf के अंदर जो books arranged हैं, उनको नीचे मत गिराने के लिए कह रहा है. Because of the wind, the books and the shelf falls down. So he is requesting to the wind not to throw down the books from the shelf. These are the requests, these are the appeal which he is doing to the wind. Do you feel the wind listens to him? Let's see in the next stanza what the wind will do. So let's see what the questions will be asked in your examination on this first stanza. So first question is, why does the poet want the wind to come softly? Why he is requesting the wind to come softly? Because it is going to be destruct everything. So that's why he is requesting the wind to come softly. Who is the wind personified as? Who is the wind is personified as? Wind is personified as the obstacles which we have to face in our life. What does the wind do? What it is doing? It is throwing. First thing, it is breaking the shutters of the windows. It is scattering the papers. It is throwing down the books from the shelf. These three acts the wind is doing here. So next question. Who does the wind why does the wind not listen to the speaker? Why the wind not listen to the speaker? Because the obstacles will never listen to the people. If we are appealing to the obstacles, they will not listen to us. The same manner, the wind will also not listen to us. Next, give another word for the expression to spread all over. Spread all over के लिए और एक word कौन सा है? That scatter. Scattering word is used for spread all over. So these are the questions which will be asked in your examination. The second stanza of the poem, what the second stanza is telling to us, let's see. There, look what you did. So the same manner how he accuses, might be in your family, the elders in your family accuses you. In the same manner, the poet is accusing to the wind. What he is telling to the wind, let's see. There, look what you did. There, look what you did. He is telling to the wind, you threw them all down. You threw them all down. All down here refers to the books. from the shelf. Already the wind has threw down the books. So what he is telling, that you threw them all down. So this is the act done by the wind. Let's see the second line. You tore the pages of the books. When the books fell down from the shelf, what would happen? That the papers will tore. So here he is telling that जब आप बुक्स को गिरा दिए तो क्या हो गया, बुक्स के पेपर्स यहाँ पे टोर हो गए. किसको कह रहा है? विंड को कह रहा है. कौन? सुब्रमण्य भारती. कौन से स्टाइल में, कौन से मूड में बोल रहा है? दैट ही इज इन द अक्यूजिंग मूड. ही इज अक्यूजिंग टू द विंड दैट व्हाट यू हैव डन. लेट्स सी. He is asking. So you brought rain again. Again, one more thing is telling that you brought rain again. So these are the things that the wind has done. So here, what the poetic devices are used here. See, you is used here to tell the wind. He is giving a human quality to the wind. So that's why he has used you. Actually, that wind is non-living thing that we have to consider it as it. But he has used you, and here also you. So this is what it is. It is called personification. The poetic device personification is used here. So let's see the questions. What the questions will be asked in the examinations. Who is you in the given lines? Who is you? That wind is you here in the given line. What has it done? What has it done? See what it has done. It has threw the books and tore the pages. And what has it brought again? What it has brought again? It has brought rain again. So what is the tone of the speaker in this line? So what the tone of the speaker is there? That he is accusing to the wind. In the first stanza we have seen that he is appealing, and here he is accusing. In the third stanza, what the poet is telling about the wind, let's see. You are very clever. Who is clever here? You refers to the wind. Here also he is using the personification. He is considering the wind as you, so it is personification. The poetic device personification is used here in this line also. You are very clever at poking fun. Poking fun is nothing but making fun. What it is doing? Who is doing? Wind is doing. What it is doing? It is poking fun, making fun of at the weaklings. Weaklings is nothing but the person who are weak, weak in facing the problems. So he is very clever in poking fun of the weaklings. Frail crumbling houses. And what it do? Frail is nothing but weak. Crumbling houses, जो house crumble कर रहे हैं, weak हैं, उनको क्या कर रहा है? Fun बना रहा है उनका, and it is blowing out, destroying them. Frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors. And what it is doing? Crumbling is nothing but destroying the doors of the houses. And crumbling rafters which we use to support the house. हाउस को जो रूफ होता है, हाउस का जो रूफ होता है, उसको सपोर्ट करने के लिए बीच में जो बीम दिया जाता है, दैट्स कॉल्ड राफ्टर. सो crumbling rafter, what it is doing? Destroying the rafter. And crumbling wood, the houses which are made up of wood, that also crumbled or destroyed by the wind. Crumbling bodies, it is going to crumble the bodies, destroy the bodies. Crumbling lives, even the lives of the people also destroyed by the wind are nothing but wind is metaphorically used here as the obstacles or the problems or the challenges which comes in the life. So here they are destroying the life. And crumbling hearts, even the hearts of the peoples are crumbled and destroyed by the wind or the problems. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. The wind god, what it is doing? The god is separating. winnows करना एक प्रोसेस होता है जिसमें शाफ्ट को सेपरेट किया जाता है ग्रेन्स में से. फुट ग्रेन्स जो होते हैं उसमें से शाफ्ट जो भूसा होता है उसको सेपरेट करने का जो प्रोसेस होता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल घर पे अगर से किसी फुट ग्रेन में शाफ्ट है तो क्या करते हैं हम लोग? ऐसे उसको विंड में ब्लोव करते हैं तो क्या होता है? उसके अंदर जो शाफ्ट होता है वो सेपरेट होता है और फुट ग्रेन्स नीचे जाता है. द सेम मैनर जो वीकलिंग्स होते हैं वो क्या होते हैं? विंड से चले जाते हैं और जो स्ट्रॉन्ग वन रहते हैं, स्टेबल जो होते हैं, वो एक जगह पे टिके रहते हैं. द सेम प्रोसेस विल हैपन हियर. And crushes them all. And the wind god will not discriminate anyone, and it will crushes them all. But who are strong, they will stay stable, and who are weak, they will run away. So here what the poetic devices are used here, let's see. That is metaphor. Metaphor is used here because he is using you to the wind. So here metaphor is used. And one more thing, anaphora is used here. Crumbling, the word crumbling, 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 crumbling is repeated. So what is the poetic device? Another one, anaphora is used here. Anaphora, the repetition of the same word in the same sentence is called anaphora. Anaphora is used here. And crumbling, okay, the two poetic devices are used here. Let's see what the question will be asked in your examination. Who is considered clever in the given lines? In the given lines, who is considered as clever? Yes, very good. You are very good. That wind is considered as clever in this given line. Which word in the given stanza would you consider as anaphora? What the word in this stanza is anaphora? That is crumbling, 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 crumbling is repeated. So crumbling is anaphora here. What destruction has the wind caused? What destruction it has caused? What destruction is doing? It is crumbling the houses, crumbling the doors, crumbling the rafters, crumbling the wood, crumbling the bodies, crumbling the lives, crumbling the hearts. So these are the destructions the wind is caused here. What does this expression winnows and crushes them all mean? So what does this expression winnows and crushes them all? That it means that the God will never discriminate anyone. It will cause the problem to everyone, but who are strong they will stay stable, and who are weak they will run away. This now the fourth stanza of the poem. He won't do what you tell him. He refers to again the wind. He won't do. He will not listen to your appeals. He will not listen to your request. He is very egoistic. He will do what he wants. So what he is telling, he won't do what you tell him. What you are telling to the wind, it won't do anything. So what we can do? So what we can do is telling that, come, let's build strong homes. What he is telling to us, what the Subramanya Bharati is telling to us, let's build strong homes. That if we build strong homes, can the wind destroy it? No, it is not possible. So in the same way, the poet is telling us to be strong, to face the problems, to face the hurdles which are coming to our life. The message the poet is giving here. Let's build strong homes. Let's join the doors firmly. What the doors we are joining to the houses, that should be firm. That it should not be shaken by the wind. Practice to form the body. Practice our body should be strong and firm. That to build our strong body to face the problems. To build your heart strong to face the problems which are coming to you. Practice to be firm the body. Make the heart steadfast. Make your heart also steadfast. Steadfast is nothing but strong, unwavering, undisturbable. Do this and the wind will be friends with us. If we are doing this, then at that time the wind will definitely be the friend of us. How it will be the friend with us? We will see it in the next stanza. The last stanza is telling that how can we become the friends with the wind. Let's see what the question will be asked to your examination. Who is he and you in the first line? So let's see who is he. He is the wind, and what you tell is nothing but the people, we the people. So you is that we people and he is the wind. And why will he don't listen in the first line? Why he will not listen? Because he is very egoistic. He will not listen to our appeals and requests. What does the poet ask the readers to do? What he is requesting? He is telling us to build strong homes and let's join the doors firmly, and he is asking practice the form the body and make heart steadfast. These are the requests. 4 requests he is doing. Build the strong homes and fix the doors firmly and form your body and make your heart steadfast, means strong. Find a word that means the same, firm and unwavering. Unwavering and firm, there is only one word, that's steadfast. Steadfast is nothing but what is that? What that it means? It means that firm and unwavering. in the last stanza, the poet is telling the merits and the demerits of the wind. Let's see what the wind will do, what the merits it is having, and what the demerits it is having. Let's see. The wind blows out weak fire. What it do? If the fire is weak, what it do? It blows out. If we blows out the fire, it will extinguish. So he makes a strong fire roar and flourish. But it is what it do? It will flourish. It increases the fire. If it is strong fire, like the fire in the jungle, in the forest fire, you have seen. If the wind comes, it flourishes. It starts roaring. It will increase in size. So, but if it is weak, it destroys. इसको पूरा खत्म कर देगा. लेकिन जब स्ट्रांग होगा फायर, तो तब क्या होगा? वो फ्लोरिश होगा. His friendship is good, and again he is telling that it's उसके साथ अगर से फ्रेंडशिप कर रहे हैं तो आप गुड हैं, बहुत अच्छा है. We praise him every day. We praise is nothing but we appreciate. We are in support of the wind always. Always we support the wind. Why we support? Because it is very helpful. So in the life, the poet is telling that metaphorically, the poet is telling in conclusion, it is telling that if we are strong enough to face the hurdles and the problems in our life, at that time you will enjoy the solving the problem. You will enjoy the facing the obstacles. If you are not strong enough, at that time you will be under the problem. That is the thing the poet is going to give the message to us, that we should be strong. We should develop ourselves strong, physically, mentally, and financially. We must make ourselves strong. Then only we can flourish in this world. So let's see what the question will be asked to us. What does the wind do to the weak fire? What it do? It is extinguish the weak fire. It blows out the weak fire. Who? The wind will blows out the weak fire. What does the poet want us to do? What he is telling? He is telling make strong fires. Okay, sorry. It is telling us to be friendship with the wind. So it is the friendship with the wind is good. So he is telling that to make the friendship with the wind. Who is him in the given lines? In the given lines, where is him? Him. Praise him. So him refers to the wind. Find a word that is opposite in the meaning of condemn. What is the opposite in meaning? Opposite word he is asking, that is praise. The opposite of praise is condemn.